Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Muriel, this nurse Muriel. For my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. To my oldies but goodies, how's it going? So y'all, I was wondering why my phone was so like it wasn't clear. I don't know what the word is, the clarity or whatever it is. Come to find out, it's that cover I had on my case, y'all. It was making it look so ashy. So I took that off and now we're back to some clarity. I know I'm not investing my money into a camera until I start making money. That's the way I'm playing this, doing this. But anyway, so this is my second intro because when I originally recorded my intro, it was so ashy looking. So I'm gonna do a new one. Anyway, so today we're gonna do a little bit of nurse talk, but I'm taking y'all with me for my new subscribers. For those y'all, well, I'm sure y'all don't know because I don't make videos about it any longer, but I have a small business. It's a household garbage removal sanitation company, and I'm out handling some business for that. I was told by a co-worker, and this is something else that comes good with nursing, is networking. I have a co-worker who has a home health care business, and so we go back and forth when we talk about different things with owning a small business. And he told me about this bank that he banks with. They actually deposited $15,000 into his business savings or checking account, one of them. He said he had no idea where it came from. He don't know what made him qualify for it. It just showed up there one day. And so I was like, well, what's the name of that bank? And he told me what the bank was. And so I was like, okay, let me see if they have it in my area. Because the bank that I currently bank with, it is only in my area. It is not anywhere else. And I wanted a bank that was in other areas because my business is not in the area that I live. It's actually in a whole nother county in my hometown. And so I looked, and this bank is actually closer to my hometown as well as in my area. So I went and I sat with one of the bankers this morning, and I went over just different things. If y'all know, probably over a year ago, I was saying I needed to get my money into a different type of account where I can earn some interest, some decent interest, because the interest rate at my bank was 0.01%. And so just recently I got a deposit of like 90 cents, well, $1, I think it was $1.19 interest that had accrued. Now, what is that, y'all? You hear people be saying they living off the interest. I think Trina made a song and she said she just living off the interest and off of her bank account. Well, I went to check out that bank that my coworker told me about. Sat down and had a talk with them. They currently have an interest rate on their business savings account of 3.25%, which is not bad. It's pretty good, y'all. She said the deposits are made monthly, and on the business money market account, they have an interest rate of 4.25%, which is even better. With the business money marketing savings, you have to keep a minimum of $5,000, and so that makes me think that the API probably remains pretty steady, which is good. With the regular business checking, you have to keep a minimum deposit of $250, which is also good. You have to keep those amounts in order to not incur a service fee. That's what it is, which is good. $250 for the small business, and then $5,000 for the money market savings, which is also good. I need to ask her about CDs though, because I've already made a decision that I'm switching banks for my small business because I'm not earning anything, letting my bank money sit in the other account. But when I went to take the money out of my other account, she was telling me about CDs. She was like, their CDs earn 4.8% interest over if I got this right. If y'all know better than me, tell me. She says the CDs earn 4.8% interest. You have to purchase a CD for a minimum of $1,000, and it has to sit for at least a year to earn that interest rate. And I think the interest accrues monthly. Y'all, that's real good. That is real good. I think that's feasible for us because we really don't touch our money. We had to touch it when we bought a vehicle because we need a vehicle to do the type of business I have. But outside of that, we don't touch the money. And so I was like, dang, 4.8%. that's free money, y'all, that the bank is giving us just for letting our money sit with them. And both of the banks are FDIC insured, so your money is guaranteed up to $250,000. So when I go back to this bank now, I'm heading back to that bank. I'm going to ask them about the CDs. I'm going to see, because at 4.8%, I might drop about $2,000 on the CD and put the you know what? I need to discuss that with my partner though, because I'm not real well versed on financial things and money management, stuff like that, and he's not well versed on that type of stuff either. He's a cash buying type of person. If he can't pay it out cash, it ain't for him. So gaining interest and all that stuff, he is foreign to him, and I just don't want to do that without discussing that with him first, at least telling him what it is. But I'm excited, y'all. 3.25% ain't bad. Banks ain't been having, like regular brick and mortar banks ain't been having good interest rates like that as far as us making money. Now, them making money off of us, yeah, they'll charge us all the 6 and 5 and 6 and 7% interest on our loans, 10, 9, 14%, all that on our loans. But as far as giving us money, us earning money, 3.25%. 3.25% is real good for a brick and mortar establishment. So, and I wanted to go ahead and get this done before my next set of invoices go out, so I can get everything transferred over in the software that I use, so the next round of invoices can get deposited into this new account. And I wanted to catch a full 30 days so we can get a full 30 days of interest paid. I'm gonna feel so good seeing that money, those numbers shoot up from that interest. Who don't feel good about free money? But I'll get back to y'all after I leave this bank, y'all. Like y'all know, last time when I had to deposit a lot of money, had to withdraw a lot of money, it was riding around with it. I was feeling real nervous having that amount of money on me at one time. But this time around, they gave me cashier's checks. But I will get back to y'all later. I'll let y'all know how this goes. Hey, y'all. So I'm back, y'all. I am leaving my new financial institution, y'all. I am excited because y'all know, we've been having money sitting in this account, and like I said, it sits, and I'm just excited that now we'll be earning some money. Like, I've had this business now for about 1.5 years, and it took us about a good 4 or 5 months to really start seeing some type of profit. But we do see profit, and just to know that my profit will start earning profit. Like, I wasn't earning anything, y'all. 0.01%, y'all. The money market account earns 4.8%, y'all. So that's good. And if he agrees to put some of the money into that and then leave some of the money into a regular personal business account, y'all, I like looking ahead. Y'all know how much extra income that could be for us if the rates stayed about the same. Y'all know how much, I just look at that as free money. That's just free money we'll be earning. Say in a 5 year time, the more we earn money on our business, the more free money we'll earn from the banks. Within 5 years, I mean, we could earn, I'm looking at $20,000 if my calculations are correct, what I think we'll earn in a year, projected earnings in a year, just off of interest alone. If we stay roughly around the 3.54%, we'll earn $20,000. Y'all, y'all just don't know, I'm so excited. I'm just happy about this. I'm gonna go now and get my son something to eat so he'll have something when he gets off the bus, because I'm supposed to be meeting my coworkers at 4 o'clock for some drinks, and I'm probably gonna get some wings. I had some wings and broccoli. Whew, I gotta use the bathroom though. I might need to go home and use the bathroom. Anyway, for those of you who come here to watch the nursing content, this is something else I wanted to hit on with nursing. So a lot of people don't know as nurses, and I'm gonna hit on this too as A lot of people don't know that your nurse is a gateway for you to travel, to see different parts of the world, different parts of the United States, if that's as far as you want to go. You do know that there is a such thing as a multi-state license. I think they're allowed now 28 states in the United States, who which I don't know why it's not all states, because you know the NCLEX that you take is a national test. It's not a regional. It's not a state by state. It's a national test. Every nurse in the United States is taking this same NCLEX. So, except for, I think there is a way for people to like bypass the NCLEX. I don't know the real ins and outs of that. I heard it can be done, where you can not take the NCLEX, or you can challenge the NCLEX or something like that. But outside of that, every nurse takes the NCLEX. It's a national test. So why doesn't my NCLEX in Florida? Oh, I'm not gonna use Florida example, Lord. Y'all, if any of y'all from Florida, I don't mean no harm, but y'all already know what y'all already know what they said was going on in Florida. Let me just talk about my NCLEX. So why isn't my NCLEX in South Carolina? Why isn't my RN in South Carolina good enough to use in California when your California nurses took the same exam that I took? I don't know why, but you take the national test. I have a multi-state license, so there are 28 states in the United States that I can work with just getting a license by endorsement, meaning I pay a fee of like $30. I think it's like $30. It was $30. It might be like $40 now. I just pay a fee to get a license for that state, and I can work under my South Carolina license. And I believe you only have to do that if you're, now don't get me wrong, but I think you only have to do that if you're going to reside in that state for a year or better. So with my South Carolina license, I have worked in Georgia, I have worked in South Carolina, and I have worked in North Carolina. No issues. So if I wanted to up and move, which at one point I did move to North Carolina, I worked for a company that was here in South Carolina, but that company also had facilities in North Carolina. So I moved with a job. I transferred my job, I moved to that state, and I was good, and I was making good money. Now your pay rate may adjust according to that place that you're moving to, but it's portable. If I want to move to California, y'all do know the process for me to get a California license. I have to get fingerprinted, have to do a background check, all that stuff. But I do not have to take another test. They still recognize my NCLEX. Just 1 second. Let me get my son a pizza. Hi, can I get a pepperoni? So yeah, I can go work in any state in the United States actually with my same RN licensure. Even though, like I said, in certain states you have to get, like California, I would have to do a fingerprint, get a background check, and there's some checks and balances they do. I think it costs around $200, $250, something like that. But outside of that, I don't have to do any tests. So if I want to up and move to California, if I plan ahead, because I heard the process of getting your fingerprints and them doing the background stuff they got to do can take up to like 12 weeks, I believe. Because at one time it was like 6 weeks, but I think so many people are now flocking to California with their nursing license that it's taking a little longer for the verifications. It's taking longer for them to process. They say it's quicker if you go there to get your fingerprinted. I do have some peers that I work with who worked in California during the pandemic, and they went ahead. Some of them didn't have to get the California license to do it, and some of them, they went ahead and got a California license while they was there. They went ahead and got their fingerprinted and went through the process. So yeah, at one point I was thinking about doing that myself, because y'all know those contracts are very attractive in California, and to the fact that they have good ratios, they have very good practices for nurses in California. But I changed my mind. Once I started my business, I was like, I don't really want to do that, y'all. But if I ever decide, like, I'm originally from New Jersey. For those of you who didn't know, a lot of y'all probably don't know that. I'm originally from New Jersey. So all of one side of my family just about lives in New Jersey. I can easily just say, I want to go move to Jersey. And Jersey is a compact state. I believe they became one in 2022. And I could just go move to New Jersey, get me a job. And like, getting a job working is no issue for a nurse, whether you're LPN or RN. There's no issue for either one working and moving to these states. You will always have a job, child. They hiring Nurses are in high demand. I don't know why the pay isn't higher than what it is, as bad as the demand is. Not only do we have the 50 states, we have the different territories of the United States. So Guam, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, you know, there are different areas that you can work outside of the United States as a nurse. Now, the endorsement may be a little different, but I don't know. The Philippines, I don't know if they are a territory of the United States. I'm not quite sure, but I do know that we get a lot of Filipino nurses, and I'm pretty sure United States U.S. nurses can go there as well. Even other countries, like there's different paperwork or whatever, but your U.S. nursing license is highly regarded in other countries. Like a lot of things we do here in nurses is not allowed to be done in other countries. They don't allow their nurses to do it. The doctors are the only ones can do it. So we have a lot of highly specialized training that they don't have in other countries because they aren't allowed to do some of the things we do. Yeah, if you're a nurse or you're thinking about becoming a nurse or you're in school to be a nurse, just know you have a career that's portable. And that's good for, I'm not even going to say just for older nurses. I'm not going to say just for younger nurses, but for younger nurses who want to leave and go and don't want to, you know, you can decide this year I want to live in Texas. Then next year I want to live, like you can plan it out now. You can be like, okay, I'm going to stay a year in Texas in 2024. Then in 2025, I think I'm going to go do a year in Florida. 2026, I think I want to go stay in the Midwest for a while, so I'm going to go do a year. Like you can plan it like that, because you may not get the job you want, which 9 times out of 10 you probably will. But you may not get the job you want, but if it's for the experience of moving to a different place, sometimes you just have to get the job that you get. And these jobs you can get. When I moved to North Carolina, I transferred my job. Like I intentionally went to work for a facility in South Carolina that I knew had a facility in the place in North Carolina that I want to work, and I worked there for 6 months and then I transferred. I did that intentionally because I had already planned ahead of time that I was going to move to that particular city in North Carolina, and that's what I did, and I transferred. But that's another part of nursing that I wanted to make y'all aware of. If you weren't already aware of that going in, you heard it here first. So yeah, I'm about to go home, get this pizza to the house for my son. I'm gonna call my co-workers. I'm gonna see if they're still meeting at the bar today. If we are, I will show y'all little pieces of that.